Well, the breaking news is that England's victorious Lionesses are back on home soil. This is the plane coming in just a few moments ago.
Hello again. We've got some more breaking news for you, this time involving Arsenal's left-back Alexander Zinchenko. Now, he's completed a medical before a permanent move to Ajax. The Ukraine international flew to Amsterdam today and he's agreed terms on a 6-month contract with Ajax. He'll discuss his long-term future in the summer. So just to confirm, Alexander...
I believe Mikel is the man. I believe they will go on and win the league. I think they will. I think they'll overcome the nerves. There's no point in them coming in front of the camera and saying, no, we're not nervous, it's not about that. I was in that same position. People were always questioning that because they knew we had the squad to be able to win it. They knew we had the experience previously, but always come up short because Man United, the juggernauts of Man United, had that experience of doing it, just like Man City have. Man City have got the experience over them. And Gary's absolutely right what he says there. Pep Guardiola was saying he's smelling it now. You know, they could have been out of sight. If they was to go like 10, 12, 15 points ahead, they would win this league at a canter. But now it's edgy, and Pep knows. You get into March, and there's still, if Man City or whoever it is, or Aston Villa or whoever, are in touching distance, there's a great chance that the mentality of these group of players might just let them down because they've never been there.
Now, another story regarding Arsenal. According to a couple of the papers, Arsenal are exploring a possible summer move for the Atletico Madrid striker Julián Álvarez for a potential fee of around £87 million. Now, it's just a couple of rumours in a couple of papers, but this would be massive if it happened, Andy. Do you honestly think it could happen?
I have a feeling Atletico might cash out. They're at least going to consider it, I think, because there's been a little bit of an uneasy relationship between Alvarez's entourage and the club for a while. There are people around him who think that he shouldn't have signed for Atletico because maybe they're not quite an elite club. They're maybe an A- club with pretensions to being an elite club, despite the stadiums, despite the Champions League finals, despite a couple of La Liga titles interspersed with what Real Madrid and Barcelona are doing. But of course, they're not quite on the same level as Real Madrid and Barcelona. I tell you what, he's played so much football recently, which kind of, in the last couple of years recently, that's what prompted City to sell him in the first place. And now, I think they're looking at him. They were looking at building that team around him once Griezmann's gone. Now, Griezmann's still there, but will probably go in the summer. But they're looking at it and they're thinking, you know what, we're not getting that consistency out of him. And maybe that's just a knock-on, like Lautaro Martinez, from playing so much football. But maybe they're thinking, just like City thought, maybe we make it someone else's problem. Because if his entourage aren't completely bought in, and, you know, they're not getting a tune out of him on a consistent basis, they have to at least think about it.
Right, Marseille are in talks with Arsenal over a loan signing of Ethan Nwaneri. It's understood a number of clubs want to sign him. However, it's thought the French club's style of play would be good for his development. Of course, Roberto De Zerbi's currently there as manager, and Nwaneri at Arsenal has been limited to just 4 starts this season, none in the Premier League. He did sign a new 5-year contract in August, which runs until 2030. So he is seen as a big part of Arsenal's long-term plans, but they may be letting him out on loan to Marseille. We'll keep you on top of that one.
Let's speak to Arsenal fan Scarlett Katz-Roberts now. Hi, Scarlett. I mean, you're 7 points clear at the top of the Premier League, as you know. 7 wins from 7 games in the Champions League. So, do you have the best squad in the world right now?
Well, it would seem that way, wouldn't it? I think squad-wise, we've been able to, much better than previously, put key players on ice when possible. Obviously, Saka didn't start on the weekend and we didn't go on and get the result, but he was right at it last night, and he's definitely been a victim of an over-reliance on key players in the past. So what's clear about this squad at the moment is the gap between the A team and the B team is smaller than it's ever been. And I think as an Arsenal fan, I used to feel aggrieved, like it was unfair when we missed out on the title because we picked up a lot of injuries. But now I think I realise what's different about this Arsenal side is there's